Chapter 1. The First Training Avatar. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 1. The First Training Avatar Translator. Atlas Studios Editor. Atlas Studios. Where am I? My body hurts. Lin Xian opened his eyes and found himself in a hall, standing in a crowd. However, the surrounding people did not dare to speak loudly and only whispered. The strange thing was that everyone had a collar on their necks. Outside the crowd, a robust man walked back and forth with two thugs, staring coldly at everyone. Are these people all part of the BDSM community? At this moment, he felt some discomfort in his neck. He looked down and realized that he had one on his neck too. Oh, I have one too. Then it's fine. At this moment, he realized that his body seemed to have gotten smaller. He no longer had an 8-pack and a well-defined strong body from before. Instead, it was a little shriveled and malnourished. He looked ahead and saw 3 glowing doors. At this moment, Lin Xian's mind ached. A large number of memories surged in his mind. Only then did he realize that he had transmigrated. This world was similar to Earth. After the global digitization of the new era occurred, everyone's constitution, strength, agility, spirit, and other attributes could be seen on their personal panels. Everyone also obtained a storage space. This was an independent storage space similar to a small dimension. At the same time as the global digitization occurred, doors of light appeared one after another. These doors of light led to mystic realms. The bigger the door of light, the more dangerous the mystic realm. A large number of demon beasts surged out from the doors of light and killed humans, wreaking havoc in this world. The humans were unable to resist these powerful demon beasts and were forced to retreat step by step, their population decreasing. However, people also discovered that they could obtain experience points, general coins, materialized equipment, materials, skill books, and runes after killing these demon beasts. From this, the first batch of martial artists gradually led the humans to counterattack and rushed into some of the mystic realms. Some powerful organizations were even able to completely occupy some mystic realms with low demon strength and privatized the land there. They used it to nurture their own martial artists and obtain various treasures. After many years of exploration, humans discovered that some mystic realms only had level 9 zero-realm demon beasts. Thus, they called these realms zero-realm mystic realms. This kind of mystic realm was suitable for zero-realm martial artists to explore. Other mystic realms also only had first-realm demon beasts that were suitable for first-realm martial artists to explore. After these martial artists matured in the zero realm, first realm, and second realm mystic realms, they realized that it was time to explore even more dangerous and chaotic mystic realms. Even so, demon beasts would still frequently rush out of the mystic realm, killing the commoners. Many places in the world were still occupied by the demon beasts. The entire world was chaotic and dangerous, and countless people were homeless. Lin Xian's previous self was the victim of the demon disaster. His entire family had been eaten by the demon beasts, and he was the only one who had escaped. However, he was only an insignificant level 1 first-realm martial artist. He could not even be considered an official martial artist. It was very difficult for him to earn a living anywhere. Soon after, the East Lake city he was in was established. This city was controlled by an organization called the Germinal Organization. If he wanted to go to the nearest big city, he would have to cross the wilderness where a large number of demon beasts gathered. He had 3 choices in front of him. His first choice was to enter the mystic realm alone with no items and knowledge. His second choice was to hide in a corner of the city and never increase his strength. One day, he would be eaten by a wandering demon as a snack. His third choice was to sign a slavery contract with the Germinal Organization and sell himself for 3 years. He could put on a collar and become the lowest level wasteland reclaimer of the organization. In the end, Lin Xian's previous self still chose to become a wasteland reclaimer. After all, the Germinal organization had a deep foundation and could provide a large amount of information on mystic realms and risk-taking techniques. It was better than going in alone. In the past 3 years, he had to serve the Germinal organization and constantly went to the mystic realm controlled by the Germinal organization to hunt for various treasures. The Germinal organization assured their safety and distributed a certain number of general coins every week. The collar on their necks would record the entry and exit of items from the Wasteland Reclaimers' storage space. Therefore, the Wasteland Reclaimers were unable to hide their items. At most, they would only be able to secretly transact with the other Wasteland Reclaimers. However, their bodies would also be searched when they returned to the Germinal organization. When it came to items of extremely high grade, the Germinal organization's selection of items was prioritized. Although this was what they said, it was actually mandatory. The robust man was Lin Xian and the others' overseer. He was in charge of supervising them and making sure that they completed their missions. If they completed the mission and did more than they were asked to, they would naturally be rewarded. The reward could be a skill book, equipment, or an increase in their status in the Germinal organization. If they could not complete the mission, they would leave a bad record in the collar. After 3 bad records, the Germinal organization could unilaterally terminate the contract, take away all the property of the Wasteland Reclaimers, and expel them from the organization. Yesterday, Lin Xian's previous self had failed to complete the mission and had instead been severely injured. His overseer had not provided any medicine for him. There were many refugees outside. If one of them had died, more people would fight to fill the position. When he was queuing here just now, his previous self was already on the verge of death. If he stood for too long, he would even die. Lin Xian had just transmigrated into this body. His heart sank to the bottom. This was the start of his transmigration. At this moment, the overseer shouted through the loudspeaker. Wasteland Reclaimers of District B, immediately use the teleportation gate to travel to the Zero Realm Giant Rock Cave. You have 3 days. Each of you has to bring back at least 10 Zero Realm items from the Giant Rock Cave. The crowd in front all rushed into the Door of Light and quickly disappeared, afraid to fall behind at all. The overseer saw Lin Xian behind and immediately shouted. Why are you still dawdling? You didn't complete the mission last time. If you don't want to work, there are many people outside who are willing to work. Lin Xian hurriedly stepped through the Door of Light. The overseer snorted. If you don't complete the mission, watch how I deal with you. The process of passing through the Door of Light was not easy. Lin Xian felt as if he was a dough being kneaded wantonly. His intestines surged and his entire perception began to spin. However, this feeling came and went quickly. Soon, he stepped on the firm ground. Lin Xian opened his eyes and saw a huge desert. Not far away, there was a huge pit that led downwards. The radius of the pit was more than 500 meters, and it looked like the mouth of a super-huge beast. This was one of the many mystic realms controlled by the Germinal organization. Many Wasteland Reclaimers walked out of the Door of Light and entered the huge rock cave in groups of 3 to 5. This scene truly shocked Lin Xian. He also noticed that most Wasteland Reclaimers wore collars. Only a small number of people did not have collars. They were lone wolves who insisted on being arrogant. They still had to pay for passing through the Door of Light and could easily die in a corner of the mystic realm. Lin Xian sighed and mixed into the crowd, preparing to enter the giant rock cave. At the same time, he opened his data panel. Name: Lin Xian. Level 10 Realm Experience. 820/1000 Attributes. Constitution 8, Strength 7, Spirit 8, Agility 3, Average Adult Value is 10, Skill. Sneak Attack, Oily Feet, Mining Equipment. Wasteland Reclaimer's Collar, Iron Dagger, Barbaric Bull Breastplate Item. 2 pieces of flavored compressed biscuits, a bottle of mineral water. Lin Xian smiled helplessly. Then, memories related to the giant rock cave began to appear in his mind. The giant rock cave was 1,000 meters deep and had a floor every 100 meters. In the first floor, there were level 10 realm demon beasts. In the second floor, there were level 20 realm demon beasts, and so on. On the 10th floor lived the mystic realm kings. Although these were level 90 realm demon beasts, they were far stronger than ordinary level 90 realm demon beasts. Level 90 realm martial artists had to team up to challenge it. The level of this body is too low. It's very dangerous to enter the mystic realm. This is not a game. If I die, I'll really die. At this moment, he suddenly heard a commotion in front of him. Why is there a gold-swallowing lizard's corpse here? How unlucky. Immediately after, a half-meter-long lizard was thrown into the distance. Lin Xian glanced over and discovered that the lizard was covered in green light and was bleeding from all 7 apertures. Its death was extremely tragic. Gold-swallowing lizard. Lin Xian immediately recalled. The gold-swallowing lizards liked to eat all kinds of metals, so they had very durable scales. Although they were only 0 realm demon beasts, many demon beasts that were several levels higher than them were unable to do anything to them. Even if they could be killed, their scales still could not be obtained. Therefore, many people decided to not waste time with them. Martial artists also did not like this kind of demon beast. This was because not only did the gold-swallowing lizards have rough skin and thick flesh, but they also liked to provoke others. They were also known as Big Brother Flathead from the giant rock cave. When martial artists encountered them, they hurriedly avoided them. The few wasteland reclaimers naturally did not have a good expression when they saw the golden lizard corpse. Lin Xian was about to circle around when a voice sounded in his mind. Dead target detected, analysis in progress, gold-swallowing lizard, level 10 realm demon beast. Attributes: Constitution 15, Strength 13, Agility 5, Spirit 1. Skills: Ground digging, gold swallowing, armor. Cause of death: poisoned. Currently, you have an extra avatar slot. Do you want to possess the gold-swallowing lizard and use it as a training avatar? Remarks: This dead target will immediately be revived with full health. Lin Xian was stunned. Other martial artists did not have such avatars. This was probably his cheat code. Joy immediately rose on his face as he immediately muttered, "Yes." In an instant, he felt that he had a reaction to the golden lizard. The gold-swallowing lizard suddenly rolled over and got up, its eyes rolling. Damn! The surrounding wasteland reclaimers were shocked and subconsciously punched and kicked. The gold-swallowing lizard crawled clumsily. The wasteland reclaimers' attacks did not hurt it at all. Soon, the gold-swallowing lizard used a skill to dig through the rocks and quickly disappeared in front of the many martial artists. What's going on? The poison has spread all over its body, but it is still alive and kicking. How would I know? It might not be dead. After a short moment of surprise, the wasteland reclaimers no longer cared about this matter and continued to enter the huge rock cave. Lin Xian was pleasantly surprised. 2 first-person point of views appeared in front of him. One of them was the view of his main body, and the other was the view of the gold-swallowing lizard. Then, Lin Xian discovered that there were also training options in his side view. These options included attack and defense, active attack, and passive defense. Let's go with attack and defense. Lin Xian casually tapped one. You have set up a training strategy. Do you want to start training? Lin Xian seemed to understand and muttered, yes. Then, he saw 2 lines appear from the bottom right of the gold-swallowing lizard side view. Current area: Giant Rock Cave first floor, 1 general coin/minute, 5 experience points/minute. The gold-swallowing lizard has been training for 1 minute and has received 1 general coin and 5 experience points. Do you wish to collect? Chapter 2. Gains. Level 20 Realm Martial Artist. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Chapter 2. Gains. Level 20 Realm Martial Artist Translator. Atlas Studios Editor. Atlas Studios. As time passed, his gains continued to increase. Lin Xian was overjoyed. Wasn't this the kind of hacker game that he had seen before he transmigrated? He understood. He completely understood. He did not need to take the risk of entering the mystic realm at all. All he needed to do was collect the gains from his avatar's training periodically. He muttered the word, collect. Then, as if a strange space had been opened in his mind, with a capacity of 10 cubic meters, a general coin and 5 light spots immediately appeared. The latter was the experience points. At the edge of the consciousness space, there was a strange furnace that was currently in a gray state. Lin Xian immediately had relevant information in his mind. Consciousness space. Level 1, capacity. 10 cubic meters, smelting table. Locked. Seeing this, Lin Xian was pleasantly surprised. The Wasteland Reclaimer collar would record everything he obtained from his storage bag. However, the gains from the avatar's training would appear in his consciousness space. In this way, he could avoid the record of the Wasteland Reclaimer collar. He identified the direction and walked straight to the safety station. The safety station was set up by the experts of the Germinal organization. There was also a safety station on every floor of the giant rock cave. It was said that in the mystic realms that were not controlled by the Germinal organization, the experts of the other organizations would also set up safety stations. However, it was unknown if this was true. The safety station had runes set up by powerful martial artists that could disperse and resist demon beasts. Moreover, the safety stand did not allow martial artists to fight each other. It was extremely safe. Lin Xian entered the safety station and found a corner to sit down and rest. It was too dangerous to enter a dungeon and take risks. Staying at the safety station and receiving training rewards was the way to go. I'll set a small goal. I'll advance to the level 90 realm first before leaving the mountain. Lin Xian nodded slightly and leaned against the wall. This body had not recovered from the injuries it suffered yesterday. Moreover, he had just transmigrated and had received so much information at once. It indeed made him feel somewhat exhausted both physically and mentally. Soon, he fell asleep. After waking up, Lin Xian stretched his back, his bones popping. He immediately checked his gains. The gold-swallowing lizard has been training for 3 hours and has reached the upper limit of its training time. You have received 180 general coins, 900 experience points, 10 realm skill book, 10 realm equipment, 25 iron ores, and 6 bronze mines. Do you wish to collect? Lin Xian muttered to himself. Indeed, there was a time limit for training. Then, he began to mutter the word, collect. Crash. A large number of items appeared in the consciousness space. Naturally, the experience points were the most important. Experience points were the most important resource for martial artists to become stronger. Warriors could obtain experience points through combat, production, and reading. After investing in the experience, he could level up. Not only could he level up his cultivation, but he could also level up his skills. Lin Xian immediately extracted all the experience points and used them to increase his cultivation level splash. His experience bar soared and immediately increased from level 1 to level 2 of 0 realm. At the same time, he obtained 2 attribute points. A 0 realm martial artist could obtain 2 attribute points per level. A 1st realm martial artist could obtain 3 attribute points per level, and so on. I'll open the skill book and take a look. Lin Xian opened the skill book and looked at a ring. Name. Iron Wall level. Level 10 realm grade. Ordinary white learning requirements. Constitution 8, Spirit 5 effect. Consumes 30% of magic power, causing constitution to increase by 2 and physical resistance to increase by 10% for 3 minutes. Name. Protection Ring Level. Level 10 Realm Grade. Uncommon Green Equipment Requirement. None Effect. Constitution +1, Physical Resistance +5%. Lin Xian was overjoyed. These were all good stuff. Since he did not need to enter the dungeon, he did not need any attack power. All he needed to do was defend. Defense was reflected in one's constitution. The higher one's constitution was, the higher the damage reduction rate for physical and magic attack. It also increased one's life recovery speed. He immediately learned Iron Wall, and even wore the protection ring on his pinky. When he returned to the germinal organization, he only needed to take off the ring and place it in his consciousness. 2 attribute points. I might as well add it to my constitution. His constitution directly increased from 8 to 10. With the addition of the protection ring, his body immediately felt much stronger. If he used the Iron Wall again, his constitution would directly increase to 13 points. He nodded in satisfaction and immediately had hope for his future life. How can I increase the upper limit of the training period? Lin Xian tried to increase his strength and immediately saw a notification. Do you want to spend 1,000 general coins to increase the training time limit to 4 hours? 1,000 general coins. Fortunately, it's not a lot. I'll just keep hacking. Lin Xian nodded slightly and decided to just stroll around the safety station. After walking around, he discovered that there were not many martial artists in the safety station. There were only a few logisticians who were in charge of medical care, food, and transactions. At this moment, they were working meticulously. As a martial artist who fell asleep in the corner, he was actually an exception. In order to hide his embarrassment, Lin Xian began to chat with a logistician who was forging equipment. These types of martial artists were not good at combat, but they had skills such as planting, cooking, and forging. Thus, they were hired to work as logisticians at the safety station. Their treatment in the germinal organization was much better than Lin Xian and the other wasteland reclaimers. Brother, why aren't there many people here? It's not night yet. When night falls, more wasteland reclaimers will appear. At that time, we will also get busy. Lin Xian nodded repeatedly. When the other party mentioned this, he recalled. Although day and night were no different in the giant rock cave, for some reason, every time night arrived in the outside world, the demon beasts would all go berserk and their desire to attack would increase. Countless martial artists had used their lives as the price to learn a crucial lesson. When exploring the giant rock cave, they had to pay attention to the time. Once night fell, they had to obediently lie down at a safe station and not attempt to test the situation near the demon beasts during their rampage. At this moment, Lin Xian's heart skipped a beat. He might as well sell off the ores on his body for money. Brother, do you buy iron ores and copper ores here? He asked in a low voice. The blacksmith uncle coughed lightly. According to the rules, that won't do. Have your ores been recorded by your collar? The wasteland reclaimer collars recorded the entry and exit of any items in the storage bag. However, the wasteland reclaimers had also thought of a way to deal with it. Since the collars only recorded any items that went inside the storage bag, it would be fine as long as they did not put the items in the storage bag. As a result, such private transactions were formed over time. The higher-ups of the germinal organization also knew about this, but they did not punish them severely and only turned a blind eye. To them, if the wasteland reclaimers traded these things, it would ultimately increase the strength of the wasteland reclaimers. In other words, it was equivalent to increasing the overall strength of the germinal organization. Lin Xian also smiled knowingly. Of course not. I placed them somewhere safe outside the safety station. The middle-aged man nodded. Sure. Lin Xian walked out of the safety station and found a deserted place nearby. He took out an iron ore from his consciousness space and returned to the safety station. What's the price for this? The blacksmith uncle looked carefully and said in surprise, this iron ore is very pure. It's rare at this depth. I can buy it for 30 general coins. With that said, he said seriously, if you have more of this iron ore, I can increase the purchase price a little. Lin Xian was overjoyed when he heard this. As expected, the purity of the iron ores and copper ores the gold-swallowing lizard had dug up was very high. The reason was actually very simple. In the mines that martial artists often went to, the high-grade ores had already been dug up completely. As for the gold-swallowing lizards, they never took the ordinary path. They only relied on digging. They went to places that martial artists did not often go, so they could naturally obtain many high-grade ores. Lin Xian immediately nodded. Wait. He did as he was told and walked out of the safety station. He took out 25 iron ores and 6 bronze ores from his consciousness space and placed them in front of him before returning to the blacksmith uncle. Uncle Blacksmith said enviously, you must have found a small mine. Lin Xian smiled and did not say anything. The purity of these iron ores and copper ores is above 40%. How about this? I'll give you 38 general coins for each iron ore and 58 general coins for each copper ore. Consider it as the price for our friendship. The blacksmith uncle said seriously. Lin Xian nodded repeatedly and directly placed the general coins he obtained from the transaction into his consciousness space without going through the storage space. In this way, it would not be recorded by the Wasteland Reclaimer callers. In this way, his general coin balance immediately increased to 1478, which was enough to increase the upper limit of his training time. After increasing the training limit to 4 hours, Lin Xian spent a few more general coins to buy some food from the safety station to eat. At this moment, it was also nighttime. Thinking about it, it was almost time for the Wasteland Reclaimers to flood into the safety station. At this moment, Lin Xian suddenly felt his feet shake violently, as if the entire giant rock cave was trembling. A deep and majestic dragon roar sounded from the distant ground. Chapter 3. Upgraded to level 90 realm in 3 days _1. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 3. Upgraded to level 90 realm in 3 days _1. Translator. Atlas Studios Editor. Atlas Studios. The logisticians at the safety station were immediately alarmed. The Earth Dragon King on the 10th floor is starting to get restless again. Every time it gets restless, it will cause the demon beasts in the giant rock cave to go berserk in advance. Quickly release a warning and get the Wasteland Reclaimers to return early. We can't stay outside. Soon, the announcement for the safety station sounded. Restless Earth Dragon King. Restless Earth Dragon King. All Wasteland Reclaimers, please pay attention and return to the safety station immediately. Return to the safety station immediately. The alarm echoed in the huge rock cave. As long as one was not deaf, they would be able to hear this ear-piercing sound from hundreds of meters below the ground. Lin Xian shrugged. There were 10 Mystic Realm Kings living on the 10th level. The 10th floor's Mystic Realm Kings were transformed from level 90 realm demon beasts on the 9th floor. After transforming, they would obtain a 15% increase in all their attributes and also receive a random precious purple skill bestowed by the giant rock cave. Of course, even so, as long as the Wasteland Reclaimers formed a team, they could still kill the Mystic Realm Kings. The other 9 Mystic Realm Kings would quickly be killed and replaced by new ones. Only the Earth Dragon King was extremely difficult to kill. In the past half a year, no one had been able to slay it and it had stayed on the 10th floor. In this half a year, countless Wasteland Reclaimers had died under the Earth Dragon King's claws. Because of this, the Earth Dragon King was given a new title by the giant rock cave. Experienced Mystic Realm King. In other words, it was a mystic realm king who had experienced many battles. After obtaining this title, the Earth Dragon King's attributes increased by 15%. It also obtained 2 more precious purple skills, making it extremely difficult to kill. It was precisely because of this that the Earth Dragon King had simply become the overlord of the giant rock cave. Its slight movement could cause a huge change. Lin Xian had also encountered the restless Earth Dragon King several times. However, he was very vigilant and would always run back to the safety station ahead of time. At this moment, noisy footsteps sounded from the entrance of the safety station. A large number of martial artists surged in. Damn, we were about to kill that bull. Why did we suddenly encounter the Earth Dragon King? How unlucky. You guys should be happy. Last time, more than 30 wasteland reclaimers did not manage to escape to the safety station in time and were drowned in the violent beast tide. It's not bad for us to come back early this time. The wasteland reclaimers had helpless and relieved expressions. They could only gather in small groups and chat. Lin Xian looked at these people and suddenly thought of something. The Earth Dragon King's body was huge, and every time it stirred, the rocks would collapse. Naturally, it would bring out many new ores, and the chances of those high-grade ores appearing would also increase. At this moment, he heard a notification. Information about the giant rock cave. Under the influence of the Earth Dragon King's restlessness, a deep mineral mite has appeared and will remain in the first few floors for 28 hours. Lin Xian was overjoyed. Indeed. Now, most of the wasteland reclaimers had returned to the safety station because of the warning. Almost no one would be able to see those high-grade ores. In the end, they would all be harvested by the gold-swallowing lizard. Lin Xian switched to the side view of the gold-swallowing lizard and saw that the latter was indeed eating heartily. It ate various rare ores happily. In the first floor of the giant rock cave, most places only had level 10 realm minerals, and few people could find level 20 realm minerals. However, the restlessness of the Earth Dragon King had also caused many level 20 realm minerals in the second floor of the giant rock cave to be flipped to this first floor. In this short period of time, the gold-swallowing lizard had already dug up a lot of level 20 realm minerals. The experience provided by a level 20 realm mineral was even greater. After eating a few pieces, the gold-swallowing lizard's level had already increased from level 1 to level 2 of 0 realm. Perfect, I can already go to the second floor to train. This Earth Dragon King's restlessness is actually a good opportunity for me. I should strive to increase the gold-swallowing lizard to level 30 realm. Lin Xian was very happy. He simply ordered a lamb stew and watched the golden lizard eat. Battling, mining, eating ores, battling again, excreting, mining, mating, eating ores. Why did it feel like something was wrong? 4 hours later, Lin Xian immediately looked at his gains. Current area. Giant Rock Cave second floor, 2 general coins/minute, 10 experience points/minute. The gold-swallowing lizard has been training for 4 hours and has already reached the upper limit of its training time. Obtained 480 general coins, 2,400 experience points, 2 level 0 skill books, 1 black scaled snake gall, 1 rock belly fruit, 2 barbaric bull horn, 1 soul nurturing flower, 66 iron ores, 25 bronze ore, 8 cloud iron, and 3 mountain copper. Do you wish to collect? He was overjoyed. The black-scaled snake gall, rock belly fruit, barbaric bull horn, and soul nurturing flower were called attribute items. As the name implied, they could permanently increase one's attributes. They could respectively increase 1 point of agility, constitution, strength, and spirit. However, he could only eat 10 of these things at most. It would be useless for him to eat any more. Moreover, if a 4th realm martial artist had not eaten 10 before, it would be useless for him to eat any in the future. Therefore, martial artists would try their best to gather these rare items before becoming a 4th realm martial artist. As for the cloud iron and mountain copper, they were zero realm minerals. He muttered the word, collect. Walala, another batch of items appeared in the consciousness space. The two level 0 skill books were both, weaken. Name. Weaken level. Level 10 realm grade. Ordinary white learning requirement. Spirit 7 effect. Consumes 15% of one's magic power, temporarily reduces cultivation by 1 level and 5 attribute points, reduces one's presence, and lasts for 5 minutes. Lin Xian slapped his thigh happily. This is the skill I want. He now had a lot of experience in something like the black scale snake gall that permanently increased his attributes. However, he could not level up too quickly, let alone increase his attributes. This was because the overseer could clearly see his level and attributes through the Wasteland Reclaimer's collar. Weaken was relatively useless to other martial artists. It could only be used in times of despair. When facing those demonic demon beasts that were far superior, one would use Weaken to make a Hail Mary effort to make the other party treat them as trash. However, to Lin Xian, this was the best skill he could have. I'll leave the ore for the gold-swallowing lizard to eat. Once it gets stronger, it can go to even deeper places to train. As for the black scale snake gall, I'll eat it all. 3 days passed in a flash. Current area. Giant Rock Cave 3rd floor, 3 general coin/minute, 15 experience points/minute. The gold-swallowing lizard has been training for 5 hours and has already reached the upper limit of its training time. Obtained 900 general coins, 4,500 experience points, 80 realm skill books, 11 realm equipment, 16 black scale snake gall, 20 barbaric bull horns. 189 iron ores, 78 bronze ore, 28 cloud iron ore, 13 bronze ore. Do you wish to collect? Lin Xian muttered the word, collect. Seeing the space in his consciousness filled with items, and then looking at his more than 10,000 general coins, he felt endless satisfaction. No wonder everyone liked to cheat. This feeling of harvest was too comfortable. In the past 3 days, he had obtained a large number of the same skill books, such as the Endless Life, that accelerated the recovery of one's life force, the passive skill, Steel Body, that increased one's physical defense, the passive skill, Thorn Body, that increased one's reflective damage, the Observer, that identified the attributes of demon beasts and warriors, the Concealment skill that concealed one's attributes to prevent them from being peeked at. 5 similar white skill books could be combined into 1 green skill book, 5 identical green ones could be combined into 1 blue, 5 identical blue ones into 1 purple, and so on. Therefore, Lin Xian's Weaken, Oily Feet, Iron Wall, Sneak Attack, Endless Life, and Thorn Body had all been upgraded to rare blue grades. In particular, Lin Xian had invested a large number of experience points into Weaken, allowing it to reach level 90 realm. Name. Weaken level. Level 90 realm grade. Rare blue learning requirement. Spirit 7 effect. Consumes 5% magic power, temporarily reduces one's cultivation by 6 levels and 20 attribute points, reduces one's sense of existence, can be casually interrupted and recovers one's cultivation to its original state. With this skill, Lin Xian could level up without fear, eat rare items like the black-scaled snake gall, and learn various skills without having to worry about being discovered by the Germinal organization and being captured for research. Seeing his experience bar increase rapidly, Lin Xian felt incomparably comfortable. A moment later, his attributes were as follows. Name. Lin Xian level. Level 90 realm experience. 2,388/9,000 attributes. 35 constitution, 17 strength, 18 spirit, 13 agility skill. Weaken, Iron Wall, Sneak Attack, Oily Feet, Endless Life, Thorn Body. Equipment. Wasteland Reclaimer Collar, Iron Dagger, Barbaric Bull Breastplate, Protection Ring. After leveling up from level 1 of the 0 realm to the level 9, he obtained a total of 18 attribute points. Lin Xian did not hesitate to invest all of this into his constitution. To advance from level 90 realm to level 1 first realm, you need the materials for advancement. You have to go to the 9th floor of the giant rock cave to challenge the Mystic Realm King. Lin Xian was smug. Next, I'll increase my consciousness space. After consuming 1000 general coins, the initial level 1 consciousness space instantly became a level 2 consciousness space, expanding from 10 cubic meters to 20 cubic meters. The smelting table that was originally in a gray state opened by itself and immediately appeared in front of Lin Xian. The smelting table can smelt equipment, minerals, runes, and so on. Please set the items on the smelting table. Lin Xian had adjusted the item setting to minerals, and had set a filter condition that only allowed the smelting of iron ores. Then what if I want to smelt other things? Lin Xuanqin thought for a moment and saw another notification. Using 5,000 general coins to unlock the second smelting table. Using 10,000 general coins to unlock the third smelting table, Lin Xian smacked his lips. Damn, you're a money grubber. Then I'll unlock the second smelting table to smelt the equipment. Clang. Another smelting table appeared out of thin air. Lin Xuanwei's smelting table had been set to smelting equipment. He had already obtained nearly 100 pieces of equipment in the past 3 days. However, most of them were of ordinary white grade. He only had the protection ring that he had obtained at the beginning. There was too much white equipment and low-value ores, which occupied a lot of space, so they had to be used. The smelting table was the best way. The 2 smelting tables immediately began to work and quickly produced items. Smelted iron ores from the first smelting table could be directly used to forge iron ingots. The second smelting table smelted white equipment, which produced white-grade equipment essence and could be used to increase the level of the equipment. This is too convenient. If other martial artists want to obtain iron ingots, they can only buy them or learn the smelting skills to make them themselves. In order to obtain the equipment essence, you still have to learn the smelting technique and the basics of smelting. That's not something that can be done in a day or 2. Lin Xian had inherited these memories from his previous self. Unlike combat skills, life skills could be gained by killing demon beasts. It had to be learned by oneself and cost 10 times more experience than combat skills. Some life skills also required a lot of materials to be learned, such as pharmaceutical skills and cooking skills. This led to very few people being interested in life skills. At this moment, Lin Xian saw a new set of equipment in a gray state. This equipment was a combination of a bellows, anvil, and a pool. It looked like a forging place. First forging table can be unlocked for free after upgrading the consciousness space to level 3. Consuming 10,000 general coins can increase a level 2 consciousness space to a level 3 consciousness space. Lin Xian was overjoyed. This hack was too omnipotent. He could even forge his own weapons. However, now that he had used up a lot of general coins, he did not plan to upgrade his consciousness space to level 3 for the time being. The 3 days are over. It's time to return. Lin Xian was satisfied. He returned to the ground of the giant rock cave and walked towards the door of light. Chapter 4. District C Overseer Lu Luo. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 4. District C Overseer Lu Luo. Translator. Atlas Studios Editor. Atlas Studios. After another intense feeling of discomfort, Lin Xian had already stepped through the door of light and returned to the Germinal Organization's base. He used his weakened skill to suppress his level from level 90 realm to level 30 realm, and his attributes were also suppressed by 20 points. In front of him, many wasteland reclaimers had already lined up and were handing in their items. There were many items that could be obtained in the giant rock cave. Including the minerals and demon body parts, the mission requirement of taking back 10 items was not considered high or low. If one was unlucky, one might not be able to complete the mission. For example, this time, the Earth Dragon King had been restless for a total of 28 hours, causing many people to be unable to find items for an entire day. Lin Xian swept his gaze over and discovered that many of the wasteland reclaimers were dejected and anxious. Clearly, they had not completed their mission. At this moment, District B's overseer, Yang Wei, was berating Lu Jia. 7 materials. You failed to complete the mission. Zhang San, 6 materials. Your mission has not been completed. Zhao Yong, 19 materials and even obtained a black scale snake gall. Very good. Zhao Yong smiled obsequiously. It's all thanks to Brother Yang's good guidance. I especially gave this snake gallbladder to Brother Yang. The overseer named Yang Wei laughed loudly and said, "This uncommon green sword is yours." The other wasteland reclaimers revealed envious expressions. Consuming the black scale snake gall could permanently increase one's agility. Such an item that could permanently increase one's attribute points was rare. No wonder Yang Wei was so happy. A black scaled snake gall. Lin Xian could not help but laugh. He still had 13 black scaled snake gall in his consciousness space and had already eaten 10. Yang Wei patted Zhao Yong's shoulder in satisfaction and signaled for the next wasteland reclaimer to go forward. Seeing the materials the other party handed over, Yang Wei immediately turned hostile and was furious. Li Chang, there are actually only 3 materials. What are you doing? This is already the 3rd time you failed to complete the mission. Yang Wei went forward and kicked the wasteland reclaimer called Li Chang directly. The latter's face was very painful, and his back was arched like a cooked shrimp. However, even so, he still forced himself to get up and hug the overseer, Yang Wei's leg. "Brother Yang, get lost. You failed 3 times in a row. The organization can unilaterally cancel the contract. Get lost." Yang Wei had a disgusted expression and kicked the latter far away. "Brother Yang, I beg you to give me a chance. I still have a child to support. I can't lose." Li Chang forced himself to get up again. However, this time, he did not even manage to touch Yang Wei's feet before he was held back by the 2 thugs beside him and directly thrown out. Do you see this? This is the outcome of not completing the mission. There are many refugees waiting to eat outside. Since you haven't completed the mission, someone will naturally replace you. It's your blessing that the organization signed a contract with you. Don't be ignorant. Yang Wei looked around and berated sternly. All the wasteland reclaimers who were swept by his gaze lowered their heads nervously, not daring to show any displeasure. To the wasteland reclaimers, the overseers were their absolute superiors and could not be defied. Lin Xian sighed. He was also quite unlucky to have an overseer like Yang Wei. Just now, Zhao Yong had given him a black scale snake gall, and Yang Wei had only given him an uncommon green sword. Even if he also handed in a few snake gallbladders, he would probably not be rewarded much by this strict overseer, let alone improve his living environment, identity, and status. If only he could get a different overseer. Soon, it was Lin Xian's turn. Lin Xian also made a nervous appearance, not being too high. Profile. Yang Wei saw that it was him and sneered, "You are the same as Li Chang. You have also failed 2 missions. If you don't complete the mission this time, the organization can also unilaterally cancel the contract with you." After saying that, Yang Wei took out a scanner and prepared to scan Lin Xian's collar. At this moment, footsteps sounded from the other side of the hall. "Yang Wei, do you have the black scaled snake gall? Give me 7. A clear voice interrupted Yang Wei. Immediately after, a cute and cold loli with a high ponytail and a small suit entered his sight. She seemed to be only 13 or 14 years old. Lin Xian was stunned. He knew this person's identity. This little loli's name was Lu Luo. She looked harmless, but she was actually the overseer of District C and was on the same level as Yang Wei. He also heard that Lu Luo originally did not have this young appearance, but she had encountered an accident and ended up like this. However, from Lu Luo's tone, it was obvious that she was not being polite with Yang Wei. She opened her mouth and said, "Give them to me." She wanted Yang Wei to give her 7 black scaled snake galls for free. Even if Yang Wei had it, he would definitely not be willing to give it up. Yang Wei's expression darkened. "Lu Luo, you manage your District C and I manage my District B. If you want the black scale snake gall, get your wasteland reclaimers to hand it over. Why should I give mine to you?" Lu Luo walked coldly towards Yang Wei. Then, she grabbed the latter's arm with one hand and swung it. Bang! Yang Wei's head smashed onto the ground, and blood instantly seeped out from his nose. "This is why," Lu Luo said indifferently. Yang Wei rolled over and looked at her in shock and anger. "You're already at the level 9 third realm." Lu Luo frowned. "No **T, otherwise, why would I go around looking for these items to increase my attributes?" Lin Xian was enlightened. One had to eat 10 rare zero-realm items like the black-scaled snake gall and the barbaric bull horn before one reached the 4th realm. This Lu Luo was already at the level 9 third realm and was clearly prepared to advance to the 4th realm. No wonder she was in a hurry to find the black-scaled snake gall. Yang Wei gritted his teeth and could only say, "I'm not afraid of you. I just don't want to hurt the friendship between colleagues. I'll give you one for free. How about you guys? Do any of you have the black scale snake gall? Take it out." The wasteland reclaimers curled their lips secretly. If he wanted to admit defeat, so be it. Why did he have to put up a front? The wasteland reclaimers were silent and looked down. Nothing. Yang Wei turned to Lu Luo. "Look, they also don't have it." Lu Luo frowned. "I know that you must have hidden a few of them to show filial piety to Yang Wei. I'll give you a condition. As long as you take out a black-scaled snake gallbladder, you can join my District C and I can even remove the bad record on your collar." As soon as he said this, the wasteland reclaimers in District B immediately thought of something. Lin Xian was the same. He was about to change his overseer and now seemed to be a good opportunity. Yang Wei also sensed their thoughts and immediately glared fiercely at these wasteland reclaimers. The threat in his eyes was self-evident. After all, despite not being able to deal with Lu Luo, he could still deal with them. The wasteland reclaimers flinched at his glare. Even if they ran from District B to District C, Yang Wei would still be their superior. If he caused them any trouble, they would definitely be unable to bear the consequences. Yang Wei sneered and was proud of himself. Those who could obtain the black scale snake galls in the giant rock cave were at least level 40 realm. Previously, Yang Wei said that there were many refugees outside. He only meant that there were many martial artists with cultivation from level 1 to level 30 realm. However, after advancing to level 40 realm, one could already be considered a relatively powerful 0 realm martial artist. Lu Luo was blatantly trying to poach his people. This was intolerable. At this moment, Lu Luo glanced at him. "Are you itching for a beating?" Yang Wei's hair stood on end as he turned his head away and muttered in his heart, "A man can choose to submit or retreat." He convinced himself to not lower to the level of a little girl. In this oppressive atmosphere, Lin Xian raised his hand. "I have the black-scaled snake gall." Chapter 5. Precious Purple Equipment Blueprint. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 5. Precious Purple Equipment Blueprint Translator. Atlas Studios Editor. Atlas Studios. Lin Xian's voice made everyone's eyes gather on him. Yang Wei was the most shocked. As the overseer, he knew best what kind of strength Lin Xian had. 3 days ago, he was still at level 1 of the 0 realm. After failing twice in a row, he definitely could not complete the mission this time. If not for Lu Luo's sudden appearance, Yang Wei would have also kicked Lin Xian away. You. Stop joking, Yang Wei said in a strange tone. Lu Luo hates it when others lie to her. If you lie about the gallbladder, the consequences will be very tragic. Lin Xian ignored Yang Wei's words and walked closer to Lu Luo. Do you really have it? Lu Luo glanced at the young man. She hated being deceived. The last person who had deceived her was the overseer of District D, and she had directly cut off his arm. Their superior, manager, had no choice but to step forward to mediate this matter. In the end, it was left unsettled. Lin Xian directly took out 6 black-scaled snake galls. The 6 snake gallbladders emitted a delicate fragrance, as if they had just been taken out of the snake's body. Lu Luo's eyes lit up. How did you get so many snake gallbladders? Lin Xian had long thought of an excuse. He pretended to be anxious and said, I was lucky and found a black-scaled snake lair. Those black-scaled snakes were fighting the demon poison toad and both sides were injured. I poured oil and set fire to all of them. The black-scaled snake and the demon poison toad were natural enemies. The two sides were irreconcilable. Both sides' flame resistance was very low and it was very easy for them to be severely injured by the flames. Of course, it was impossible for everyone to believe this excuse. At most, everyone was only doubtful. Lu Luo nodded. Very good, our agreement is valid. From now on, you will leave District B and join District C. The Wasteland Reclaimer's eyes widened. Damn. How did this brat get 6? It was actually 6. Zhao Yong, who had just offered a snake gallbladder to Yang Wei, was also very shocked. The black scale snake was a level 30 realm demon beast, but it was very difficult to catch up to because it was highly toxic and agile. He was also very lucky to have encountered an injured black scale snake. It took him quite a lot of effort to kill it. How did Lin Xian do this? Wasn't he still at the level 1 of the 0 realm 3 days ago? Yang Wei's eyes turned red. 6 snake gallbladders. He did not eat all 10 snake gallbladders. He also wanted this thing. Lin Xian, you still have a chance. Give me those 6 snake gallbladders and I'll let you be my lackey. You don't have to risk your life in the mystic realm anymore. Yang Wei shouted. Lin Xian shook his head firmly. What a joke. If he did not go to the mystic realm, there would be no way to explain how he obtained so many items. Yang Wei was furious. The strength of a level 4 third realm martial artist erupted, and in an instant, it was about to appear in front of Lin Xian and grab his throat. However, Lu Luo's body flashed and she blocked in front of Lin Xian. She grabbed Yang Wei's arm with one hand and threw him far away again as if he was trash. From today onwards, this Lin Xian will be working under me. Other than me, no one can touch him. Lu Luo stared coldly at Yang Wei. Although she almost forgot Lin Xian's name, this did not reduce the threat in her voice. Yang Wei crawled up from the ground and squeezed out a word from the gap of his teeth, all right. Lin Xian quickly packed his things and followed Lu Luo to District C. Lu Luo led him to a dormitory. This dormitory had 12 beds. She pointed at an empty bed. This is your new dormitory. According to the rules, you should rest for a day after being in the mystic realm for 3 days. I saw that there are already 2 bad records in your collar. According to the agreement, I should only have gotten rid of 1, but you gave me 6 snake gallbladders. I'll help you get rid of all of them. Lu Luo picked up her scanner and swept her gaze over Lin Xian's collar. As she removed the bad records, she also looked at Lin Xian's level, attributes, and equipment. There was nothing special. In addition, I'll give you a chance to get an uncommon green equipment from the equipment department. Yang Wei will definitely be dissatisfied with you. In the future, go to District B less and be more careful when you encounter the wasteland reclaimers in District B. Lu Luo reminded again. Yes. Lin Xian hurriedly nodded. Although this overseer appeared very cold, the feeling he gave off was already much better than Yang Wei. However, I don't want to rest. I still want to go to the mystic realm, Lin Xian said. Lu Luo looked at him curiously and waved her hand. It's your problem if you want to rest. I won't interfere, but you have to hand over 10 pieces every 3 days. That's the bottom line. Lin Xian nodded and watched as Lu Luo left. With a different overseer, I can finally become stronger and not have to worry about being obstructed. After resting for a moment, he directly went to the equipment department and received an equipment. The equipment he chose was an uncommon green shield. This shield would be displayed to others in the future. Name. Desire Shield Level. Level 30 Realm Grade. Uncommon Green Equipment Requirement. Constitution 10 Effect. Constitution +1. Effect 2. The general coin obtained from battle +2%. After obtaining the Desire Shield, Lin Xian rushed through the door of light and headed straight for the giant rock cave. Today was a rest day, and most of the wasteland reclaimer of the Germinal organization were resting. Lin Xian's actions immediately attracted the attention of the others. Damn, this guy doesn't care about his life. Sigh, he's also a bitter person. Let's not say anything else. I hope he can come back alive. In such a high-level mystic realm, it's very easy to leave behind hidden injuries. The wasteland reclaimers of District C looked at his back pitifully. The wasteland reclaimers in District B also saw Lin Xian's figure and turned around to report to Yang Wei. You rushed to fawn on Lu Luo as soon as you arrived at District C, how despicable. Yang Wei sneered, but everyone could hear the jealousy in his voice. Boss, should we teach him a lesson? Asked a wasteland reclaimer. Don't do anything for the time being, Yang Wei said indifferently. If he gets beaten up as soon as he enters District C, others will definitely say that I'm not magnanimous. The wasteland reclaimers hurriedly nodded in a flattering manner. When he heard them praise him with the words, benevolent, magnanimous, and noble, Yang Wei was very happy. His ears even turned soft. Of course, the wasteland reclaimers were very open-minded. They knew that it was because Yang Wei was afraid of offending that cold-faced violent lowly. 10 days later. During this period of time, Lin Xian completed his missions obediently. Every time, he would hand in 1 or 2 more items. This way, it wouldn't be too conspicuous. Moreover, it would also make the overseer happy. His level in the Germinal organization had also increased from the previous 1-star Wasteland Reclaimer to a 2-star Wasteland Reclaimer. His treatment had improved greatly, and he was given 20 general coins every week. These things were naturally better than nothing to him. However, it was only equivalent to a fraction of his gains from his training. On the 9th floor of the giant rock cave. This time, Lin Xian did not stay at the safety station. Instead, he found a natural cave. Since he had been staying at the safety station, there were definitely people who could recognize him. This made him feel strange, and it even made him more suspicious. How did a wasteland reclaimer who always stayed at the safety station complete the mission given by the Germinal organization? In these 10 days, Lin Xian had obtained a large number of general coins and had his consciousness space increase from level 2 to level 3. After upgrading to a level 3 consciousness space, he automatically unlocked the first forging table. The forging table could be used to forge equipment and runes. However, forging equipment required blueprints. Lin Xian did not have any blueprints at the moment. Current area. Level 9 of the giant rock cave, 9 general coins/minute, 45 experience points/minute. The gold-swallowing lizard has been training for 5 hours and has reached the upper limit of its training time. You have received 2,700 general coins, 13,500 experience points, 15 0 realm skill books, 26 0 realm equipment. Do you wish to collect? Yes. A large number of items immediately appeared in his consciousness space. The two smelting tables immediately began to work, producing a large number of iron ingots, copper ingots, cloud iron ingots, mountain bronze ingots. In turn, this would produce white grade and green grade equipment essence. That's right. Lin Xian did not even care about uncommon green equipment anymore. All he wanted was equipment above green. There's a precious purple equipment blueprint. Lin Xian was immediately overjoyed. This was the first time he had obtained a blueprint. Chapter 6. Dragon Hunter Shield. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 6. Dragon Hunter Shield. Translator. Atlas Studios Editor. Atlas Studios. Let me see. I need 50 cloud iron ingots, 35 mountain copper ingots, and 3 mithril ingots. I have all of them. I can forge them immediately. Lin Xian was overjoyed. He happened to have all the materials needed for this blueprint. The mithril ingots were refined from a mithril mine that only appeared below the 7th floor of the giant rock cave and were relatively rare. If it was traded at a safe station, a single mithril ingot would fetch 1,000 general coins. After receiving the order, the forging table immediately began to forge. Clang! 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 The furnace melted the metal and the hammer moved by itself. After being tempered 1,000 times, a huge black and heavy shield with an uneven surface that was enough to protect the entire body came into view. Name: Dragon Hunter Shield. Level: Level 9 0 Realm Quality. Precious purple equipment requirements: Constitution 20, Strength 18, Effect 1. Constitution plus 4, Constitution plus 5%. Effect 2. Physical resistance plus 45%, magic resistance plus 25%, lightning resistance plus 40%, energy recovery speed 0.1%. Effect 3. Any attack will reflect 50 true damage and give the target a severely injured state for 5 seconds. Note: in a heavily injured state, the target is unable to recover health naturally. The target can only recover through medicine, but the recovery effect will be 50%. Description: a huge shield specially made for hunting dragons. However, most of the time, it is used to deal with a certain nameless king. Thus, it has the name of Nameless Hunter Shield. Lin Xian was overjoyed. With this huge shield, the sense of security immediately rose. He held the shield with both hands and tested it. He discovered that with his attribute points, he could use the Dragon Hunter Shield with one hand. How powerful am I now? Why don't I give the 10th floor a try? Lin Xian had already tried it once. With his strength, he could move freely on the 9th floor of the giant rock cave. All the demon beasts there were unable to break through his defense. Now, he planned to go to the 10th floor. There were 10 Mystic Realm Kings on the 10th floor. Lin Xian decided to choose a simple challenge first. He wore an evil ghost mask to block his face and arrived at the entrance to the 10th floor. However, he helplessly discovered that all the Mystic Realm Kings were currently being challenged. These teams were challenging them at their caves. There was a special rule on the 10th floor of the Mystic Realm. When a team was challenging a Mystic Realm King, the other teams would be blocked by a special force. They had to wait for the previous team to complete the challenge, which was similar to the boss room in computer games. There was a queue in front of every cave. There were at least 5 teams lining up in front of every cave. This included the cave of the Fire Toad King, Flame Snake King, and Stone Lizard King. Only the Earth Dragon King's cave was empty. Lin Xian also heard those wasteland reclaimers in the queue talking about the team that was challenging the Earth Dragon King. Which bold team dares to challenge the Earth Dragon King? Who else could it be? It's Zhou Feng's Cloud Shadow team. They've long announced that they want to attack the Dragon King. No one has been able to successfully challenge it for half a year. To be honest, they're a little arrogant for thinking that they can challenge it. The team that challenges the Earth Dragon King will either die or be injured. It will be difficult for everyone in the Cloud Shadow team to survive later. It's none of our business. That guy has a good father as a manager. Aren't the other 3 Wasteland Reclaimers in the Cloud Shadow team just playing along with him? It's none of our business. Zhou Feng. Lin Xian recalled and had an impression. This person was also from the Germinal organization, but he was not a Wasteland Reclaimer. Instead, he was the son of a manager. The hierarchy of the Germinal organization was divided into high-level managers, mid-level overseers, and low-level Wasteland Reclaimers. The managers were definitely the big shots of the Germinal organization. Their strength, money, and status were all extremely high. After sighing about the other party's background, Lin Xian did not think further. The Earth Dragon King was infamous outside. Lin Xian did not know how powerful it was and did not want to directly challenge the Earth Dragon King. A few minutes later, the Fire Toad King's cave throbbed, and a team walked out with injuries but happy expressions. Before Lin Xian could walk over, another team that had been waiting rushed in. The surrounding martial artists did not manage to squeeze in and immediately cursed. Lin Xian smacked his lips. He seemed to have realized something. He could not beat these people. It was just as he had expected. As soon as the current team finished attacking, those teams that were long prepared would rush in. Lin Xian could not squeeze in at all. "Wait, let's continue waiting," he said helplessly. At this moment, an intense battle was being carried out in the Earth Dragon King's cave. A team of 4 people consisting of shield bearer, swordsman, archer, and medic was challenging the Earth Dragon King. The Earth Dragon King's 10-meter long and 8-meter tall huge body rampaged. To martial artists, it was simply like a small moving hill. Its thick skin was even more terrifying. When the bow and sword struck it, only single-digit damage was dealt. Even when those people used their skills, it would only be able to increase their damage output by a few folds. It was simply infuriating. Roar. The Earth Dragon King let out a deafening roar. The consecutive skills that the archer was about to use were interrupted and he had to cover his ears. The Earth Dragon King took the opportunity to charge again. The martial artist holding the shield at the front of the team was directly sent flying far away. He spat out blood in the air and his chest collapsed. The Earth Dragon King raised its front foot high and stomped down fiercely. The swordsman beside him was sharp and agile. He grabbed the shield-wielding martial artist and rushed out. However, even so, the shield-wielding martial artist's right foot was still stepped on by the Earth Dragon King, and it was turned into meat paste on the spot. "Damn, heal me." "What, you can't? Did you forget to bring back the magic potion again? I'll kill you." The swordsman berated in exasperation. "Brother Zhou, it's not that I don't have potions. I brought 5 large bottles of medicinal water and 15 small bottles this time. I've used them all." The medic at the back of the group who had been using his recovery skill all along had a sullen expression, feeling very aggrieved. "Damn!" Brother Zhou cursed angrily. "Retreat, retreat, retreat. We can't fight this Earth Dragon King." He took out a smelly object from the storage compartment, threw it behind, and ran with the shield-bearer. The Earth Dragon King smelled this smelly thing and acted as if it was facing a great enemy. It no longer paid attention to the 4 martial artists and immediately attacked the smelly thing. Only then did the 4 of them escape and return to the 9th floor of the giant rock cave. Fortunately, there's a pile of feces made from the Ant Queen's excrement. Otherwise, we wouldn't have been able to escape alive. Zhou Gu sighed. That pile of shit was something formed by the excrement of the first realm ant queen of the mystic realm demon ant nest. The wasteland reclaimers discovered that this thing had a certain effect on demon beasts below the second realm and could immediately divert their attention. That swordsman was Zhou Feng, and the other three were wasteland reclaimers from the Germinal organization. Because of their similar personalities, they had gathered together and formed a team called Cloud Shadow Team. The Ant Queen excrement was given to him by his father. An ordinary martial artist would not be able to get this. Ednel.co Little Lou's injuries are too serious. We can only return to the safety station. The medic fed the shield bearer a bottle of blood recovery potion, but the latter was still in a coma. Zhou Feng nodded. Let's go back first. We'll come back after his injuries recover. Don't care what others say. The three of them carried their shield bearer and walked out of the Earth Dragon King's cave. Swish. 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 A large number of wasteland reclaimers gathered over. Many of them had gloating smiles, but because of Zhou Feng's status, they did not dare to say anything and only whispered secretly. Are mystic realm kings that easy to challenge? Some people are too ambitious. All attributes plus 30%, and 3 precious purple skills. You're really brave to challenge a mystic realm king like this. There's someone there with a big shield. Perhaps you guys can form a team with that guy. Zhou Feng's face was ashen and he was furious. However, when he heard that there was another shield-bearer, he could not help but look over. A martial artist wearing a black demon mask and holding a big shield entered his sight. The huge exaggerated shield gave people a heavy sense of security just by looking at it. Zhou Feng could not help but be somewhat curious about this person. Martial artists without teams usually had high strength, high sensitivity, or high speed. This person clearly did not have a team, but he insisted on using a shield. Could it be that he planned to slowly grind the demon to death? Zhou Feng hesitated for a moment and asked, "Brother, are you willing to join us?" Lin Xian decisively refused. Chapter 7. Monopoly King. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 7. Monopoly King. Translator. Atlas Studios Editor. Atlas Studios. What a joke. Why would he team up if he could farm alone? After joining the team, the spoils of war had to be divided. Lin Xian did not want to divide them. He only wanted to keep them for himself. Moreover, aside from the Earth Dragon King, he was confident that he could kill the other Mystic Realm Kings alone. It had to be known that he had eaten up all the items in the giant rock cave that could permanently increase his attributes. All his skills were at level 9 of Zero Realm and were all of precious purple grade. No martial artist had enough resources to do this. Being rejected, Zhou Feng could not stand it. However, he could not say anything. Then forget it. If fate wills it, let's work together next time. Zhou Feng and the other two quickly disappeared with the heavily injured shield-bearer and rushed to the safety station. Lin Xian was silent as he waited in line. Finally, it was his turn. At first, the other wasteland reclaimers thought that Lin Xian was waiting for his teammates or had formed a random team. However, when they saw Lin Xian walk into the cave alone, they were immediately thrown into chaos. What the hell? Fighting a Mystic Realm King alone. And he's even a shield bearer. How does he plan to fight alone? Is he going to use his eyes to glare the enemy to death? Recently, there have been a lot of people that don't know the immensity of the heavens and the earth. After the Cloud Shadow team challenged the Earth Dragon King, another shield specialist came to challenge the Mystic Realm King alone. After a short moment of surprise, the martial artists shook their heads and ignored him. Since he was destined to die, why should they care? When Lin Xian entered the cave, there were still no demon beasts ahead. After a few minutes, an earthen yellow light enveloped him, and only then did a Mystic Realm King appear. The types of Mystic Realm Kings were all random. While Lin Xian was waiting, another team was fighting a Flame Snake King. After it was killed, it was replaced by a Stone Lizard King. Any martial artist who came to challenge the Stone Lizard King could see the information of the Stone Lizard King. Name: Stone Lizard King. Title: Mystic Realm King. Level: Level 90. Realm Attributes: 29 Constitution, 25 Strength, 6 Spirit, 16 Agility. Skill: Rock Thrust, Precious Purple, High Speed Movement, Petrification Skin, Low. Level Regeneration. Lin Xian looked at the attributes and immediately nodded in satisfaction. These attributes were much weaker than his. With just 25 points of strength, it was even unable to break through his physical defense. Looks like an ordinary Mystic Realm King is only so. Lin Xian placed the Dragon Hunter shield in front of him and allowed the Stone Lizard King to rampage. Bang bang bang. In the cave on the 10th floor, the sound of metal colliding sounded incessantly. However, the Stone Lizard King's head was bleeding. Lin Xian did not even move. Lin Xian smiled and said, "Normal attacks can't break through my defense. Use your skills." As if sensing the contempt in the other party's voice, the Stone Lizard King was furious. It accumulated magic power and used its strongest skill, Rock Thrust. Its head was instantly enveloped by a majestic earthen yellow light, and it was like a heavy and hard spear that stabbed fiercely at Lin Xian. Clang! The Stone Lizard King was sent flying far away by the recoil. Its head was buzzing. Lin Xian remained motionless, only losing a single digit of his health. However, his health recovery speed was very fast, and his health recovered fully. The Stone Lizard King's move was completely useless to him. It's just that it's a little slow. I still have to wait for a while. Lin Xian used the two active skills Iron Wall and Endless Life. He also had the two passive skills Steel Body and Thorn Body on him as he sat casually. The Stone Lizard King also seemed to be furious and wanted to use its head to smash the Dragon Hunter shield. Every time it collided, the Dragon Hunter shield would deal 50 reflective damage to the Stone Lizard King. At the same time, it would also cause the Stone Lizard King to be unable to recover for 5 seconds. In addition, there was the 20% reflective damage from Thorn Body. The Stone Lizard King stubbornly knocked for more than half an hour before finally wailing and collapsing to the ground. Its body quickly turned into points of light and dissipated, turning into rewards on the ground. They included general coins, experience points, skill books, equipment. Of course, there were also the most important advancement materials. Name: Stone Lizard King's Claw. Level: Level 90. Realm Quality: Precious Purple. Effect 1. Helps a martial artist advance from level 90 realm to level 1 first realm. Effect 2. After advancing, all attributes +1. Description: The Mystic Realm King Protection Association has expressed strong condemnation. Stop the atrocities of humans and save the Mystic Realm Kings. After killing the Stone Lizard King, he obtained a total of 3 sharp claws. Usually, the advancement materials that dropped were between 1 and 5. The number of drops depended on luck. A zero-realm martial artist needed at least 1 advancement material to advance to a first-realm martial artist. At most, 5 advancement materials could be used. If one racked their brains and could only obtain 1 advancement material to advance, all their attributes would only increase by 1 point after becoming a first-realm martial artist. If one used 5 advancement materials to advance, after becoming a first-realm martial artist, all of their attributes would increase by 5 points. This was a difference of 16 attribute points. Moreover, he had heard that the advancement materials dropped by experienced Mystic Realm Kings would be even better. After advancing, the increase in all attributes would be even greater. However, Lin Xian had never seen this before and was not sure. Outside Lin Xian's cave, there were 4 teams lining up. They could see the situation inside from the images that were displayed above the cave. Just now, the Stone Lizard King's profile picture had always been there, indicating that the Stone Lizard King was still alive. A few seconds ago, the profile picture of the Stone Lizard King had disappeared, indicating that the Stone Lizard King had been killed. The four teams were somewhat dumbfounded. They had seen that big shield martial artist walk in alone. The martial artists queuing in front of the other caves also reacted and said in disbelief, "Damn! Did that guy kill the Stone Lizard King by himself? Am I dreaming? Can a big shield martial artist defeat a Mystic Realm King alone? Could it be a hidden big shot? Could this guy be an especially powerful lone wolf?" No matter how hard they racked their brains, they could not imagine how someone who used a shield could defeat a Mystic Realm King alone. Wait, that guy's not planning to come out. Is he going to kill another one? After not seeing the big shield martial artist appear for a long time, the martial artists of the four teams cried out involuntarily. This time, they were even more confused. Was it not enough for him to solo a Mystic Realm King? Why did he have to do it again and again? Under usual circumstances, a team of 4 will need to consume more than 10 bottles of medicinal water to kill a Mystic Realm King. Moreover, the 4 of them would all have varying degrees of injuries, so it's very difficult for them to keep killing, an old-looking martial artist said solemnly. This is really a big shot, the other martial artist sighed. Lin Xian did not have to wait for long before a new Mystic Realm King appeared in front of him. It was a huge purple mushroom. There was a hole in the mushroom head that was emitting purple gas. Big Mushroom King. The Big Mushroom King was not difficult to kill, but the purple poison gas that it spat out had an extremely negative effect. It could reduce one's strength and agility. Moreover, the effects could even be superimposed. After being infected by the purple poisonous gas, one's attacks would be ineffective for at least 5 minutes. As a result, the Mushroom King became one of the Mystic Realm Kings that many martial artists hated to challenge the most. The martial artists outside saw the Big Mushroom King's huge profile picture appear. All of them swallowed a mouthful of saliva. Our team has fought this before. It's difficult to explain. A team stood out and sighed. My attributes have been reduced by 3 levels, and I couldn't deal any damage at all. I was so angry. This Big Mushroom King is simply a nightmare for high sensitivity and powerful martial artists. I personally think that the Earth Dragon King and the Big Mushroom King are 2 Mystic Realm Kings that definitely shouldn't be challenged. This big shot won't be able to kill it alone. He's about to come out. The martial artists all sighed. Chapter 8. Facing the Experienced Mystic Realm King. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Chapter 8. Facing the Experienced Mystic Realm King. Translator. Atlas Studios Editor. Atlas Studios. At this moment, Lin Xian had a nonchalant expression in the cave. What were strength and agility attributes? He had no need for them at all. Moreover, as he stood in the purple poison gas with the Dragon Hunter shield, the speed at which he reflected the true damage was much faster than when he fought the Stone Lizard King previously. 15 minutes later, the Big Mushroom King's life points were exhausted and it exploded into light. Name: Big Mushroom King. Level 90 Realm Quality. Precious Purple Effect 1. Helps a martial artist advance from level 90 realm to level 1 first realm. Effect 2. After advancing, all attributes +1. Description: the experience points are free. One day, everyone will be fond of the Big Mushroom King. This time, he was lucky to have gotten 4 mushroom nozzles. With the 3 sharp claws from before, it was already enough. At this moment, there was a symbol of an arrow pointing up behind his level on the data panel, indicating that he could advance to the first realm at any time. Moreover, he had to use 5 advancement materials to advance. However, he was not like most martial artists who risked their lives to obtain one. It had to be known that the others had to form a 4-man team to challenge a Mystic Realm King. Even then, they might not even be able to succeed. Every time a Mystic Realm King was killed, there would be 1 to 5 advancement materials. With an average of 3, a 4-man team would usually be able to each get 1. In that case, if they each wanted to obtain a total of 5 advancement materials, they would have to kill at least 6 Mystic Realm Kings. Naturally, this number would not include the failed challenges. Some even died in the process of the challenge. It was precisely because of this that many martial artists obtained 2 or 3 advancement materials. They would quickly advance and not dare to delay. I can advance to the first realm at any time now. However, if a first realm martial artist continues to kill Mystic Realm Kings on the 10th floor of the giant rock cave, there will be punishments. I will only be able to obtain 1 general coin and experience point. Moreover, my probability of getting various items will greatly decrease. Why don't I challenge the Earth Dragon King before I advance? I heard that the experienced Mystic Realm Kings might drop even rarer items. Lin Xian started to desire challenging the Earth Dragon King. Thinking of this, Lin Xian strode out of the cave. As soon as he came out, he saw a large number of martial artists looking at him in shock. Lin Xian was puzzled. Big shot, you're so impressive. You were actually able to kill multiple Mystic Realm Kings all by yourself. Please accept my apologies. A Wasteland Reclaimer said excitedly, Big shot, are you short of leg accessories? If there's really no other way, I can even be your crotch accessory. Good brother, our Big Bird rotation team is lacking a reliable shield man. Are you willing to join our team? Admiration and recruitment sounded from everywhere. Among them, some of the praises even came from famous Wasteland Reclaimers teams. Lin Xian waved his hand. It was impossible for him to cooperate. After all, he was the only one who could challenge such a difficult Mystic Realm King. Even after teaming up, all the hardships would be borne by him alone. Lin Xian turned a corner and directly walked into the Earth Dragon King's cave. Everyone was instantly petrified. No, this is, a Wasteland Reclaimer stammered. Another Wasteland Reclaimer could not help but ask, did the Big Shot become arrogant after killing multiple Mystic Realm Kings alone? I don't understand, I really don't understand. At this moment, Lin Xian was already standing in front of the Earth Dragon King. The latter was really like a moving mountain. Just one glance and it already gave off an extremely powerful suppression. Compared to it, the Stone Lizard King was like a little brother. Lin Xian hurriedly looked at the latter's data panel. Name: Earth Dragon King. Title: Experienced Mystic Realm King. Level: Level 90. Realm Attributes: 39 Constitution, 28 Strength, 9 Mind, 20 Agility. Skill: Violent Rush, Precious Purple, Magic Armor, Precious Purple, Advanced Regeneration, Precious Purple, Rock Breathing, Triple Strike. Seeing these attributes, Lin Xian heaved a sigh of relief. This was good. However, he still could not help but say, as expected of an experienced Mystic Realm King. These attributes are 1 level higher than the Stone Lizard King's attributes. And these 3 precious purple skills are all very impressive. No wonder everyone says that the Earth Dragon King is a boss with high attack, defense, and HP. It is simply impossible to beat. But, Lin Xian patted his Dragon Hunter shield and smiled. You're countered by my Dragon Hunter shield. The Earth Dragon King snorted and looked down at this human martial artist in disdain. The difference between Lin Xian and it was like the difference between an ant and an elephant. For half a year, countless insignificant humans had wanted to challenge it, but they were all defeated and fled in a panic. Almost a third of the unlucky ones died under the claws and were buried in its stomach. This human martial artist was even more ridiculous. He actually came alone to challenge. The 4 of the members from the other teams could not do anything to it. Did this guy come alone to feed it? The Earth Dragon King raised its head and directly spat out a rock. Bang! The earthen yellow light smashed into the dragon hunter's shield. Lin Xian did not move at all, and the recoil was completely dispelled. On the other hand, the Earth Dragon King had suffered many true damage injuries. The Earth Dragon King was shocked and furious. It had actually been injured. It roared and rushed over. It charged violently. Seeing this, Lin Xian used Iron Wall. The huge body smashed fiercely into the dragon hunter shield, but was directly reflected back. Lin Xian still did not move. After forcefully receiving the Earth Dragon King's strongest attack without being injured at all, Lin Xian finally relaxed. He could have fun. Bang bang bang. The Earth Dragon King stubbornly attacked again and was blasted away again and again. The Earth Dragon King successfully killed itself after suffering 45 minutes of continuous collisions and reflective damage. Its small mountain-like body fell with a wail, and then it turned into light that filled the sky and dissipated. You received 1,000 general coins and 5,000 experience points. You have obtained the rare blue skill, Magic Armor. You obtained the precious purple blueprint, Earth Dragon King's Hammer Shield Blueprint. You obtained 5 peerless golden advancement materials, Earth Dragon King's War Dragon Scale. The skill, Magic Armor, could help him reduce his magic damage. The attributes of Earth Dragon King's Hammer Shield Blueprint could only be seen after forging. As for the final peerless golden advancement material, his eyes immediately lit up after seeing it. Name: Experienced Dragon Scale of the Earth Dragon King level. Level 90 Realm Quality. Peerless Golden Effect 1. Helps a martial artist advance from level 90 Realm to level 1 First Realm. Effect 2. After advancing, all attributes +3. Effect 3. Obtains the passive skill, Experienced Mystic Realm King Might. The target's highest attribute is 0.8%. Description: Only the strongest martial artist is worthy of obtaining the Experienced Dragon Scale. Lin Xian's eyes widened. The upgrade material dropped by the Earth Dragon King even gave him a free passive skill. Moreover, it was such a practical passive skill. Most importantly, he had gotten 5 advancement materials. He could directly use them to advance. My luck is really good today. I've already gotten numb to the feeling of winning. Lin Xian grinned. Let's go back and advance to the first realm. He quickly walked out of the cave and passed by the dumbfounded martial artists. Then, he found a quiet place to change his equipment. After changing into his regular equipment, he returned to the Germinal organization. Chapter 9. Promotion, First Realm Martial Artist. You are listening at NovelFull.audio. Chapter 9. Promotion, First Realm Martial Artist. Translator. Atlas Studios Editor. Atlas Studios at the same time, at the 9th floor's safety station. Zhou Feng and the other 2 hurriedly placed their shield-bearer on the medical table. The staff in charge of the medical treatment immediately used their medical skills. These medics were mostly physicians in the past. After the global digitization, they directly obtained rare blue-grade medical skills. Some big shots in the medical field could even directly obtain precious purple-grade medical skills. If nothing unexpected happened, these people would become logisticians at the safety station. They did not learn combat skills and were only in charge of saving the injured. Of course, there were also logisticians who could not stand the loneliness and wanted to go out and fight. However, they knew their combat strength very well. They would all join the team and not enter the mystic realm alone. Noel.n seeing the various negative statuses on the shield-bearer slowly disappear and his health points slowly increase, Zhou Feng and the other 2 finally heaved a sigh of relief. They arrived at the food area and bought some food before sitting down to wait. As they chatted, they talked about the Earth Dragon King again. Zhou Feng was still unwilling and immediately suggested another strategy. The Earth Dragon King's physical resistance and magic resistance are very high, but its resistance to other elements is not high. We can try to use poison. The team's archer said helplessly, Brother Zhou, I'm a pure physical archer and don't have any elemental skills. You think too highly of me. The medic also sighed. I did learn a poison-related skill, but, Zhou Feng's eyes lit up. What is it? The medic coughed lightly. I only know poison removal, Zhou Feng. You. Brother Zhou, do you really want to challenge the Earth Dragon King that much? We were lucky to escape this time. What about next time? Next time, the medic advised earnestly. However, before he could finish, the radio in the safety station sounded. The experienced Mystic Realm King, the Earth Dragon King, has been killed. The experienced Mystic Realm King, the Earth Dragon King, has been killed. Ordinary Mystic Realm Kings were killed every day and would not be broadcasted. However, the experienced Mystic Realm Kings would not be killed for at least half a year. Every time they were killed, the news would be immediately broadcasted by the safety station. All the martial artists in the safety station were shocked. Which team killed the Earth Dragon King? Awesome. Let's quickly go to the 10th floor to see who these big shots are. Strange, I don't think the teams I am familiar with are challenging the Dragon King today. The last experienced Mystic Realm King seemed to have been killed 3 years ago. I didn't expect us to be able to witness history today. Let's go and take a look. Hearing this broadcast, the hands of Zhou Feng and the others who were drinking immediately froze in the air. The expression on the medic's face froze. Next time. There won't be a next time. The archer stammered, Brother Zhou, the Earth Dragon King is gone. Zhou Feng did not know whether to laugh or cry. I know. However, I'm very curious. Which team did it? Was it the wind chasing team, the flying ping team, or the big bird rotation team? Let's go and take a look too. Perhaps the team that killed the Earth Dragon King is still there, the medic hurriedly said. Alright, you guard little Lu here. The two of us will go and take a look. Zhou Feng instructed the archer to stay behind to observe the shield-bearer's situation and rushed to the 10th floor with the medic. When they arrived, a large group of noisy martial artists had already gathered. Everyone wanted to see what the team that had killed the experienced Mystic Realm King looked like. Zhou Feng subconsciously swept his gaze over the Earth Dragon King's cave. The big picture above had already changed from the Earth Dragon King to a Fire Beetle King. Half a year, looks like it really did get killed. He sighed. Killing an experienced Mystic Realm King had always been his dream. This was the honor of a martial artist. He did not expect others to have done it before him. However, after looking around, he did not see any signs of that team. Hey, where are the big shots? I want to see. Stop pushing. My large chest muscles are about to be squeezed into steel plates. Large chest muscles. Yeah, right. After looking around, he only saw a group of headless flies. Zhou Feng was very puzzled. Stop looking. The big shot has already left. An arrogant man with chest hair suddenly jumped onto a rock and shouted. Zhou Feng was stunned. Wasn't this person the captain of the Big Bird rotation team? The one who killed the experienced Mystic Realm King was not the wind chasing team, the flying ping team, or our Big Bird rotation team. Instead, it was a martial artist wearing an evil spirit mask and holding a black shield in one hand. The leader of the Big Bird rotation team shouted. All the martial artists who had gathered after hearing the broadcast fell into a daze. What the hell? He had killed an experienced Mystic Realm King by himself. Zhou Feng's eyes widened. He suddenly recalled something. It was the martial artist who had rejected him. The medic gasped. Brother Zhou, no wonder he rejected us. He's actually so powerful. Zhou Feng's mouth was filled with bitterness. Why was the difference between people so huge? The four of them challenged the Earth Dragon King and were even severely injured. They had to rely on the Ant Queen's feces to escape. The other party could even defeat the Dragon King alone with a huge shield. This realization was indeed numbing. The medic suddenly said, "Brother Zhou, is that shield martial artist a wasteland reclaimer? If he is, you can recruit him into our team." Zhou Feng clapped his hands. That's right. Items dropped by Mystic Realm Kings were not important. However, the items dropped by experienced Mystic Realm Kings were too precious and had to be handed over. It was impossible for them to be hidden. However, after asking his father to use his managerial status to investigate, Zhou Feng discovered that not a single wasteland reclaimer in the Germinal organization had handed in the items of the Earth Dragon King, and there were no records of the items being stored in anyone's collars. Then, there was only one answer. This shield warrior was not a wasteland reclaimer of the Germinal organization, but a lone wolf. Zhou Feng was even more impressed. This person did not need the information and combat techniques provided by the Germinal organization to become so powerful. Zhou Feng secretly swore in his heart that he would also become a figure like a big shield martial artist. At the same time, the big shot they were talking about had already returned to the Germinal organization in his 12-man dormitory. During this period, his roommates were constantly being replaced. Most of them were unfamiliar faces and acquaintances. He nodded at these unfamiliar roommates and returned to his bed to take a nap. In fact, he had already focused his attention and opened the data panel. Advance. Lin Xian tapped the arrow symbol next to his level status. In an instant, the 5 Earth Dragon King's dragon scales transformed into light and were absorbed by his body. A force seemed to surge out of nowhere and quickly spread throughout his limbs. Lin Xian looked at his own attributes and discovered that his entire attributes had increased by 15 points. In other words, his total attributes had increased by 60 points. The difference between him and the other martial artists had instantly widened. His level and all his skills could continue to increase. At most, he could increase the level to level 9 First Realm, and his equipment could also be increased to level 9 First Realm. His current attributes were as follows. Name. Lin Xian level. Level 1 First Realm experience. 0/10,000 attributes. 51 Constitution, 32 Strength, 33 Spirit, 28 Agility skill. Weaken, Iron Wall, Sneak Attack, Oily Feet, Endless Life, Thorn Body, Steel Body, Endless Life, Magic Armor, Experienced Mystic Realm King Might. Equipment. Wasteland Reclaimer Collar, Iron Dagger, Barbaric Bull Breastplate, Protection Ring, Desire Shield Item. 1948 General Coin, 8 pieces of flavored compressed biscuits, 5 cans of Coca-Cola. These were the only items in the storage compartment. He placed more items in the consciousness space. Seeing the huge increase in the data panel, Lin Xian nodded repeatedly. Then, he saw a notification. By the way, I also obtained a blueprint. Lin Xian looked into his consciousness space and used the blueprint on the forging table. The furnace melted the metal and the hammer forged the steel. After hundreds or thousands of tempering, a new equipment appeared. It was 1.5 meters tall. When placed beside the Dragon Hunter shield, they simply looked like 2 doors. As the name suggested, this equipment could be switched seamlessly from shield to hammer. The appearance of the huge hammer was rather similar to the Earth Dragon King's tail. It was also an extremely thick earthen yellow color. At the same time, the data of the Earth Dragon King Hammer Shield name. Earth Dragon King Hammer Shield Level. Level 90 Realm Quality. Precious Purple Equipment Requirements. Constitution. 18, Strength. 25 Effect 1. Strength plus 5, Constitution plus 5. Effect 2. When in shield form, physical resistance plus 35%, magic resistance plus 40%, energy recovery speed 0.1%. Effect 3. When in hammer form, physical damage plus 40%, energy recovery speed 0.15%. Effect 0.10% damage from any enemy within 10 meters. Description: the Earth Dragon King likes to use its tail to smash his overconfident enemies into meat sauce. After killing 10 targets, the effect will increase by 4. Lin Xian was pleasantly surprised. Damn, this equipment even had a small mission. Chapter 10. Demon Ant Invasion of the Germinal Organization _1. You are listening at novelfull.audio. Chapter 10. Demon Ant Invasion of the Germinal Organization _1. Translator. Atlas Studios Editor. Atlas Studios at night, in the dorms of District C. In a flash, another half a month passed. During this period, a legend about someone called the Shield Ghost suddenly spread in the giant rock cave. It was a powerful martial artist wearing an evil ghost mask and holding a big shield in one hand. He had killed 2 Mystic Realm Kings in a row alone. In the end, he still felt that it was not enough and even killed the experienced Mystic Realm King. In the end, he waved his hand and left coolly. Moreover, many Wasteland Reclaimers guessed that this person was probably a lone wolf and not a Wasteland Reclaimer from the Germinal Organization. This was because if Shield Ghost was a Wasteland Reclaimer, the items obtained from killing the Earth Dragon King would definitely be handed over. The Germinal Organization would also reward him internally and inform all the Wasteland Reclaimers to learn from him. However, so far, nothing of the sort had happened. Countless martial artists wanted to know the true identity of Shield Ghost. The Flying Ping team, the Wind Chasing team, and the Big Bird Rotation team had all posted announcements at the safety station, hoping that this Shield Ghost would join their team. The captain of the Cloud Shadow team and the son of the manager, Zhou Feng, even took out 100,000 general coins to reward Shield Ghost, hoping to talk to this powerful martial artist in person. However, Shield Ghost was never found, and no one knew where he was. However, this reward had always existed, and it had become the topic of discussion for many Wasteland Reclaimers. The nickname they had spread by word of mouth also reached Lin Xian's ears. He was immediately at a loss whether to laugh or cry. What a stupid name. Lin Xian sat on the bed and smiled helplessly. Let's think about how to obtain experience first. During this period of time, through the training of the gold-swallowing lizard, he had successfully increased his weaken from precious purple to peerless golden. The effect of weaken also changed drastically after it was upgraded to the peerless golden level. Name: Weaken level. Level 1 First Realm Quality. Peerless Golden Learning Requirement. Spirit 7 Effect. It does not consume magic power to reduce one's level and attributes. It also reduces one's sense of existence. Its duration is limitless and can be activated at will. Lin Xian smiled and said, ordinary martial artists rarely waste their energy on skill books, much less invest experience points to level up. Even if they know the effect of this skill, very few people would specialize in it. Other than that, Endless Life, Iron Wall, Thorn Body, Steel Body, Observer, and Concealment Technique had also advanced to the Peerless Gold grade after Lin Xian collected enough skill books. Then, he also increased his martial artist level from level 1 to level 4 First Realm. Then, he used up all his experience. As a First Realm martial artist, I need at least 10,000 units each time I want to level up. I'm consuming my points too quickly. Lin Xian required 10,000 experience points to get to level 2, 20,000 experience points to get to level 3, and 30,000 experience points to get to level 4. The gold-swallowing lizard kept hacking on the 9th floor of the giant rock cave, but it was still unable to obtain enough experience. At this moment, an urgent alarm sounded from within the Germinal Organization. Warning! Demon beasts have surged out of the first floor's Mystic Realm Demon Ant Nest and have currently occupied the hall. Some of the demon beasts have rushed out of the hall and are attacking District B and C. All wasteland reclaimers and overseers in District A, B, C, and D, please resist the attack of the demon beasts immediately. Lin Xian's face flashed with surprise. These demon beasts had always reproduced a large number of offspring, causing them to constantly surge out of the door of light and attack various parts of the earth. It was not like this had never happened before. However, Lin Xian had never encountered such a thing. After being slightly surprised, Lin Xian seemed to have thought of something and was suddenly overjoyed. Wasn't this demon ant nest attack on the germinal organization the perfect opportunity for his avatar to train? Then, he heard his superior, District C Overseer Lu Luo, give a calm order. All wasteland reclaimers in District C, come out and face the enemy. Crash. The wasteland reclaimers in Lin Xian's dorm were originally sleeping soundly. When they heard the alarm, they immediately woke up, put on their clothes, and rushed outside. Lin Xian also made the same expression as he mixed into the crowd and ran out of the dormitory. As soon as he came out, he saw a large group of huge black ants crazily attacking a cold-faced lowly in a small suit. Every ant was the size of a calf, and their sharp jaws flickered with a cold light. They could cut off an ordinary person's limbs with a single bite. Lu Luo still looked 13 or 14 years old, but the aura on her body was even stronger. She had probably eaten many items that permanently increased her attributes. Lu Luo's back was facing them as she waved a huge sickle in one hand. The sickle emitted a dense death aura. Just looking at it made one feel as if they were trapped. With every swing of the sickle, a large number of black ants would be cut into two. The black ants were unable to resist at all and their bodies seemed as weak as tofu. However, Lin Xian knew that these ants were called steel ants. They were a type of demon beast with extremely high defensive strength in the demon ant nest. The attacks of the other first-realm martial artists landed on their bodies, probably only able to cause a few light injuries. Lu Luo did not turn around. Instead, she waved the huge sickle and spoke calmly. Whoever performs well in this battle against the demon beasts will be directly promoted to a higher level in the organization. Moreover, they will be rewarded with a blue equipment or a blue skill book. Did you hear that? Lu Luo shouted. The wasteland reclaimers were originally not very energetic. After all, what did fighting the demon beasts have to do with them? However, when they heard this, their eyes immediately lit up. There was a reward. Lin Xian nodded slightly. He did not need any rare blue equipment or rare blue skill books. What he needed was to increase his level in the organization. After more than half a month of advancement, he was already a 3-star wasteland reclaimer. As long as he advanced further and became a 4-star wasteland reclaimer, he would be able to enjoy a single dormitory without having to live with others. Let the battle begin. First Realm Martial Artists, you will deal with First Realm Demon Beasts. 0 Realm Martial Artists, you will team up and deal with a single Demon Beast together. I'll deal with the stronger First Realm Demon Beasts. With that said, Lu Luo rushed into the ant swarm with the huge sickle in hand. The huge sickle waved, instantly killing a path of blood. No matter how many First Realm steel ants there were, they could not stop the footsteps of a 4th Realm martial artist. Lin Xian looked at the corpses on the ground, deep in thought. After he advanced to the First Realm, he obtained a second avatar slot, but he had never used it. This was because even if he used it, he would only be able to possess the demon beasts of the giant rock cave. No matter how hard he tried, the experience points he obtained could no longer keep up with the speed of consumption. He hoped to possess a first-realm demon beast and let it train in the demon ant nest. In this way, the first avatar, the gold-swallowing lizard, could focus on obtaining various minerals in the giant rock cave. This second avatar could obtain experience points in the demon ant nest to facilitate his rapid growth. Dead target detected, analysis in progress, steel worker ant, a first-realm demon beast. Attributes. Constitution 23, Strength 17, Agility 9, Spirit 8. Skills. Gathering, cut, steel armor. Cause of death. Split into two by a giant sickle. Currently, you have an extra avatar slot. Do you want to take over the body of the steel worker ant and use it as a training avatar? Remarks. This dead target will immediately be revived with full health. Lin Xian pondered for a moment and shook his head slightly. He could not get a new avatar right now. Lu Luo was nearby. After this steel worker ant was possessed and revived, it would be casually killed by Lu Luo. Moreover, Lin Xian knew that the worker ants were only at the bottom of the food chain of the demon ant nest. There were also soldier ants, breeding ants, and the ant queen. The worker ants were too weak. If it accidentally died, he would have no choice but to possess another avatar. At that time, things would be difficult. After all, he had chanced upon this demon invasion by luck. He did not know when the next time would be. Soon, the worker ants in the corridor were all killed. The wasteland reclaimers in District C followed Lu Luo to the hall. The situation in the hall became even worse. Many wasteland reclaimers had already gathered here, forming a defensive line to resist the demon beasts. The overseers of the other districts also dealt with the stronger demon beasts like Lu Luo and left the weaker ones to the wasteland reclaimers. Lin Xian immediately saw the overseer of District B, Yang Wei. He was different from the other overseers. He did not move at all, as if this matter had nothing to do with him. The wasteland reclaimers in District B were dying, but he pretended not to see it. Lin Xian shook his head. Fortunately, he had left District B, or else he might not have been able to resist his explosive temper and would have grabbed Yang Wei and beaten him up. Lin Xian swept his gaze around and discovered that the people in the hall were all steel soldier ants. Other than steel soldier ants, there were even bigger steel soldier ants with sharper double jaws. These steel soldier ants were at least level 3 first realm. Just now, a huge steel soldier ant had taken the opportunity to bite a wasteland reclaimer. The giant jaw bit him into two. The unlucky wasteland reclaimer died in an extremely tragic manner. Kill. If you want to obtain a reward, work hard and kill. Lu Luo shouted. Under the incentive of the rewards, the wasteland reclaimers in District C and the wasteland reclaimers in the other districts were clearly different. All of them rushed forward one by one. The other wasteland reclaimers did the bare minimum and did not contribute as much as possible, afraid that they would fall into danger. Lu Luo looked very cold, but when her subordinates were in danger, she would save them in time. Then, she shouted with a cold expression, "Retreat if you don't have the strength." After dozens of minutes, the wasteland reclaimers in District C were at most severely injured. In comparison, many more wasteland reclaimers in the other districts had died. On the surface, Lin Xian was also killing demon ants. He also took the opportunity to work with the other wasteland reclaimers to kill many worker ants and soldier ants. He even received praise from Lu Luo. In fact, he was busy scanning the many soldier ants, choosing the one with the best attributes. A few minutes later, he found the soldier ant with the best attributes, but it was alive. I can't kill it myself. I have to rely on others. Lin Xian stared at Lu Luo's back as she waved the huge sickle around, and a plan appeared in his mind.